Hello guys, in this video we are going to go over um, the elevated or running as an elevator user or as an admin user in Empire, because right now our current agent it has admin access, but it's not running as an elevator. And how do you know that? If you go to agents, you're going to see that this one is not running as an elevated, because you can tell by whenever you're running as an elevated um, as an elevator account or as an admin account, you're going to have an asterisk at the beginning, and then you're going to have the username. So the way that you can run as an elevator, you first need to have local admin access. If you don't have local admin access, you won't be able to do that. So we first need to interact with that agent, right? And then if you type help from here, the way that you can elevate it is by running the bypass UAC. And this one is going to run the bypass UAC, spawning a new high integrity agent for listener. So the way that you do that is by doing a bypass, and then you want to specify the listener where you want to do the bypass UAC, and there we go. So this one is going to basically spawn another or a new agent. So if I go and do list, it's a list Raba Empire. Let's go ahead and go back. We need to get out of this one, and then you can list. And then from here you can see that we have another one. We have a new one now, and you can see that it has an asterisk, and therefore this one is running as an elevated. So I want to go ahead and rename this to, we're going to rename this guy to, let's just call it like Raba, or let's just call it admin student or whatever. And if we go to list, you can see it in there that it was renamed. Awesome. So now we can interact with our new shell admin stud or student. And if we do help, some of the commands or some of the modules we're going to be able to run, or you're going to be able to run all the modules now, because we are running as an elevator account, right? And the way that you can verify it, if we have admin access, is by doing a shell. And shell is going to run a task. It's going to task an agent to use the shell command. So the CMD. So if we do now a shell, then net local group administrators to see who is in the administrators group. You are going to see that Raba is in there, and that's why we were able to do the bypass UAC. If you're not in the local administrator, you won't be able to do that. So now what can you do with this new shell? Well, one of the things that you could do is, if you do use module, double space, then you can see whatever has an asterisk in there, it means that you are going to be able to run it now, because those needs to be run as an elevator account or as an admin account. So whenever you see an asterisk, it means that you need to run those as an elevator account. You can see that almost most of the Mimikatz needs to be run as a elevator account. So what we're going to be doing now, since we have elevator account, we are going to do an LSA dump. So we are going to use module LSA dump, paste it in here. Info, see if we need to specify anything. We do not. Let's go ahead and run it. You can either do a run or execute. It doesn't really matter. It does the same, just like for Metasploit the same. You can either do run or execute. So let's do an LSA dump, and let's go ahead and wait for that. It takes a couple seconds for that to do the run Mimikatz, and here we go. It is going to start now. So let's go ahead and give it a couple more seconds, and there we go. So what did we find in here? We didn't really find anything. We found that our credentials. We also found the administrators. So this is something good to save right now. So the administrator account, we have it. But the thing is, for the NTLM, you're going to be able to do a passive hash attack, and you're going to be able to run as the administrator. But this one is for the local admin. So not really a lot of information, but you can do a passive hash attack. Let's go ahead and go back and do use module and we want to do credentials, Mimikatz. Is there a passive hash? Yep. Info. So create ID from the store to use. So here it is, the user. So let's go ahead and set the user to administrator. So we are going to do set user administrator, and then we are going to set the NTLM to whatever this NTLM is over here. But the thing with this, it's not really persistent, because whenever the administrator changes the password, the NTLM is also going to change. Something to keep in mind. There we go. So awesome. Let's go ahead and see what happens over here. Running the task. All right. Is he going to, let's go ahead and give it a couple more seconds, and let's see what else we can run over here. Elevate it. You know, you can do golden tickets attack. You can do this is sync from here. There's a lot of stuff that you are able to do. Golden tickets, logon passwords. We can execute this and see if we can find. And pass the hash. Missing argument, the domain. So for the domain, this one is going to be a local administrator. So set domain, and it is student SRV, I believe, run. Or what if maybe we could specify like local host or something. Let's see. So it is running. Let's go ahead and pause this video. So there we go. We were successfully able to do a pass the hash attack, but this one doesn't really, I don't know if I want to say it doesn't really matter, but for this one, since we already have local admin access, this pass the hash attack doesn't really take us anywhere unless this administrator has local admin access to another account, or to another, not to another account, or to another server. What you could do is you can try now to see if you can get to another server with this pass the hash attack. But yeah, that's how you do it. And you just gotta make sure that you know your domain. Always specify the domain, because if you don't specify the domain, it's going to give you an error. Since this one was a local account, I specify the local server for the domain. So that's how you do a pass the hash attack, and that's how you execute and also elevate your shell to a local admin, so you are able to, you know, execute all of the other ones. Like you can do also same. You can do purge. Basically, it's going to delete all the tickets that you have in there. So a lot of good stuff.